today we're going to talk about microbiome and autoimmune diseases, because we already spoke about insulin resistance and microbiome. We spoke about inflammation. We spoke about we spoke about different topics, thyroid and your brain function and psychology, and everything is connected to microbiome. We always say immune system microbiome, depression linked to microbiome. So we're going to have to talk about what is this microbiome thing so everybody would understand, and then it will really make sense to you guys, and how is it linked to autoimmune diseases. And especially statistically, they say 15% of population have immune system disorders, but in reality, it's actually much more, especially after the recent couple of years of COVID and other intruders in our body. We develop a lot of inflammation in our body, and as a result, inflammation and autoimmune process, it is actually a silent pandemic that is happening right now, unfortunately. But fortunately, it is something that we can actually handle and we can reverse. We have keys. We know how to do it. Just have to learn how to do it. And that's what we're going to talk about this today. So let's talk about microbiome. Microbiome, if I would just say, what is it? It's a bacteria that lives in your gut, in your vagina, in your mouth, in your ears, in your body, right? It's a bacteria. It's a composition of certain groups of bacteria that lives in your body. That's what microbiome is. But recently, I would say recently, it's like 10 years ago, I think, they started this microbiome project where they started studying in depth the whole microbiome ecosystem and finding all these correlations between diseases and conditions and happiness and being lean versus being obese, how microbiome actually determines all of that, your personality, everything determined by your microbiome. So they started reading all these things, and it is absolutely fascinating. Microbiome project still going. It's something that probably going to be going for many years. They just scratching the surface. And now they claiming that microbiome is actually should be called as organ, but it's not really an organ. It is not really an organ. It is actually just an ecosystem that our body, human body, lives together with another entity. It's actually an entity which consists of different populations of bacteria, and they're not part of our body because we could remove them from our body. We could contract them if we need to. We can ingest them. So I don't think it really fits the category of organ, but some people call it organ. Now, it's a microbes, okay? Bacteria, bacteroides, fungi, all these little organisms that live in our gut mostly, and they have function. So there's a saying that we are outnumbered by them, and we have no chance to win them. So nor I think we have to win them, because if we have a good balanced microbiome, I'll let it live in my life and let me thrive. So, but the reason why they say that, because if you really think about genes, the genome of human body, this human body has 25,000 genes in my body, 25,000 genes that determine my height, my voice, the color of my eyes, the color of my skin, everything, okay? Including my weaknesses in my wellness and my strength in my wellness. All these things are all in that DNA, in those genes, 25,000 of them. Each of us sitting here, we have 25,000 of them. But bacteria that lives in our gut, the number of those genes is between 2.5 million to 3 million genes. So imagine the information. We have only 25,000, let's say, bits of information, and they have 2 million bits of information. Of course, they're going to overpower us. Of course, they're going to overcome. And that's why it's better to learn them, learn their population, and make friends with them. That's what we need to do. We just need to know who is doing what kind of function they perform, and then befriend them. And those who are not good, deport them. That's what we have to do. So that is what microbiome is.